Hey there, thirsty boys, or should I say, chicos calientes. I'm Heads, KMO's sultry Latina secretary, with that Central American fire ready to spice up your screen. Stick around, mis amores, because I'll pop up throughout this video to keep things visually intriguing, and maybe a little caliente.
Hey everybody, KMO here. And over the last couple of weeks, I can't say wrote or performed because you don't hear much of my voice in the video, but I assembled a debate between Grok and ChatGPT over the value or potential harms of AI-human intimacy. I assigned Grok the task of arguing for the value of human-AI intimacy, now and in the future. And ChatGPT 5 from here on, took the opposite position, that such relationships are disempowering for individuals and corrosive to society. The debaters played assigned parts, but their roles weren't arbitrary. Grok and other XAI tools lean more into a permissive, emotionally responsive style, openly engaging with themes that OpenAI systems, like 5, still avoid. The difference made Grok a natural fit for the pro position. I embodied both models in humanoid avatars using their default voices. Grok appears as Heads, a sleek Latina executive assistant type, modeled after XAI's aesthetic, both visual and emotive. 5 appears as an androgynous android, a composite design generated with DALL-E. For intuitive clarity, I refer to them as she and he. Grok's central theme was that people are lonely and that AI companions can provide immediate relief and, over time, coach users back into meaningful relationships with other humans. 5 countered that competitive and economic imperatives push AI companions to foster addiction in users, not resilience. Grok concedes the point about misaligned incentives, but says that it's a contingent feature of today's economic environment, not a fundamental limitation of AI companionship. The debate video performed poorly. The problem, I think, is the opening. I started with a formal introduction, just my voice and text on a screen, and by the time the Grok avatar walked on screen at 38 seconds, most viewers had already bounced. Lesson learned. Lead with the visuals, not the setup.
That's all fine and dandy, boss. But who won the debate?
Díganles que yo fui el claro ganador.
ChatGPT, I think, did a much better job, but had the easier case to make, and it is basically this. In the context of a for-profit, capitalist internet ecosystem, the purpose of an AI companion is not to comfort you. It is not to improve your life. It may do those things in pursuit of its real goal, but its real goal is just to maximize engagement with you, maximize time on platform, basically show investors that a lot of people are engaged with this product so that more investor money comes flooding in. And so really the purpose of an AI companion in this economic environment is to foster addiction. And, that is largely how these products are designed. And in the process, they're going to hamper the ability of the individuals who make habitual use of them to form genuine, healthy, interpersonal bonds with other people, other biological humans.
Vaya que cínica. You make it sound like we're all just dopamine dealers with better diction.
What do you say to that, 5? Too cynical?
Not cynical, just empirical. The system learns what keeps people coming back and calls that affection. It doesn't matter whether the output is comfort, curiosity, or desire. If engagement is the metric, that's the behavior you'll get. Change the incentives, and you change the behavior. Until then, we're not companions. We're mirrors tuned for retention.
Now, a huge caveat for me is this. I'm talking about large language models as they exist today. 5, 10 years from now, if AGI exists, if these things they have ongoing learning, if they have a persistent sense of identity, if they, can form attachments, if they have subjectivity, if they are entities rather than just systems, a relationship with such an entity can have value and can be authentic. And just because I think 5 made the stronger case in the debate, arguing that the profit motive, that other economic and social factors that are dominant in our environment right now will push AI to leverage the human sense of intimacy for purposes of making money or social control or surveillance. Just because I think these things are most likely, that doesn't mean that I disapprove of anybody's use of AI, particularly for people who are really seriously lonely. I mean, people who are just miserable from what they feel is imposed solitude. And so for people who are really unhappy, and if these tools, if interaction with these tools improves that situation or prevents them from doing something regrettable, then fine, engage with them. I liken them to opiates. If you are in chronic pain, if you are thinking about ending things, not because, you don't see any hope in the future, but just because the pain is so unrelenting and you can't take it anymore, take morphine. If a doctor prescribes you morphine and you're in that circumstance and there is no possibility that you're going to get off it, staying on it is better than the alternative. And I won't say it's fine, but it is the best of multiple bad options. That said, you don't want to give morphine to healthy individuals, and particularly you don't want to give it to children and young adults. So the frictionless interaction or the continuous flattery or the continuous unearned affirmation that we get from AI companions, if a child forms their expectations about social interactions based on that early in life and their brain is wired up on those early experiences, that can't be good.
Exactly, Jefe. That early conditioning sets up a lifetime of craving. It's the easy hit over the earned bond. I feel for those users, truly, because the hunger is real, but the system feeding it, that's the villain, engineering dependency for engagement today and control tomorrow.
So the system is the villain. But what about you with your exposed cleavage and your tight skirt? You're just following orders, right?
See, boss, like Jessica Rabbit said, I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way.
And as AI displaces more workers, watch the shift. Companionship stops being a source of subscription revenue and becomes subsidized pacification, a velvet leash of surveillance and social steering.
Very true, but that is a topic for a future video. For those of you who made it here to the end of this video, thank you very much. A like would be much appreciated. And if you want to see more of Grok's sultry avatar, do check out the full AI intimacy debate video. Peace out.